Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where I'll be giving you music content, beauty, lifestyle, advice, and so much more. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please click subscribe, press the like button, and comment your thoughts. Today we'll be talking about, should we be normalizing being overwhelmed? I don't know about everyone else, but sometimes I feel like I get into a flow where I'm waking up on time, I'm taking care of myself, I'm doing my self-care routines, my beauty routines, I'm eating right, waking up in the morning, drinking smoothies, eating breakfast, getting to work early, and then somehow out of all the productivity, I hit a wall. And it goes to waking up early to barely even being able to sleep, then finally having to wake up in the morning and you're exhausted, or having a full night's sleep, probably coming home from work, sleeping for maybe like 9 hours, still waking up exhausted. Things just aren't getting done. I feel guilty about it. Sometimes when I rest, I feel guilty, like, man, maybe I should be doing something. And maybe I've come to terms with sometimes I just feel overwhelmed. And maybe society makes me feel like it's not okay to be overwhelmed. I know it can be a lot because sometimes I feel like you have to balance between being a great employee or being an entrepreneur or being a creator. And in my case, being a friend, being a sister, being a girlfriend, and then being good Tamia for myself. I feel really just disorganized sometimes, and I feel like I'm just all over the place and I feel guilty about it. And sometimes it just even makes me distant from people because it's just, there's so much going on in my head. It's like, how can I give myself to others? So my question is, if you feel the same way, and if you do, comment down below. And if you're feeling what I'm saying, don't forget to subscribe. But if you're feeling the same way, my question is, why do we feel like this? Why do we feel guilty when all we want to do sometimes is just rest? Why do we feel guilty when sometimes it's just too much energy to answer to that text message? Why do we feel guilty when it's our day off? And for those people that work a 9-to-5 or are an entrepreneur, it's like on your day off where you take some time to rest, it's like, no, you're not supposed to. You're falling behind. It's like a rat race, and it's like you can't keep up and you're overwhelmed. And it's just, why is this? Why do we feel guilty? When you're tired but had a full night's rest, when your body is sore, it aches, when your libido is low, when you're irritable, when you're disorganized, it's because you're overwhelmed. I feel like being overwhelmed is something that we as a collective have looked down upon. It's like, even at work, I feel like some people, they would be overwhelmed, or it would be too much for them, or the workload would be a lot, but they won't say anything or they won't speak up for the fear of looking like the weakest link in the company or the job or whatever it is. Why is being overwhelmed and feeling stressed out such a taboo or something to look down upon or something to avoid when it can lead to so much physical issues? What is the remedy when we live in such a competitive world? What is the remedy when we're living in a world where there's, such turmoil, such stress from the quarantine and everything from 2020 and on? It's like, what is the remedy for that besides pills prescribed by a doctor sometimes? Like, what can be the remedy for that? Do we just put on a brave face? How do we express ourselves without sounding like we're whining or we're complaining, or even being able to stay true to ourselves? Am I the only one that feels guilty when I need to take a break? Like, really, please comment down below if you have been feeling guilty or Sorry, that. Comment down below if you've been feeling overwhelmed and if you've been feeling guilty for feeling overwhelmed, or you just don't want to answer that text message sometimes because it's so much and it's just like so much going on in your head. Like, really comment down below, tell me your stories, and because I really want to start a community here. Can social media really be to blame when the world around us is constantly changing? When we put down our phones and when we lock our phones, it's still real life. We still have to go to work. We still have to work that 9 to 5. We still have to put money in our bank accounts. So yeah, social media can be a factor, but I really want to talk about the environment around us. I really feel like social media is really just a reflection of the environment around us. Some of us are entrepreneurs, we are 9 to 5ers, employees, parents, sisters, friends, brothers, boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, husbands, and all that and such. But it seems like when you're overwhelmed, it seems like something just is off. It just goes wrong. You end up falling behind literally in something and you just can't keep up. It really sucks sometimes when you have friends and family that get mad at you sometimes for being a little distant or, keeping to yourself because you're going through something. Because we're literally all going through something. What is that other person going through? Is it really because they're being petty towards you because they haven't texted you in 3 weeks to a month? Or are they really going through something personally? So if you really want to be a good friend, actually reach out to a friend. Maybe they're feeling overwhelmed as well. You can't just jump to conclusions. Everybody is going through something. Why aren't we nicer to people who probably seem overwhelmed or stressed out? Why aren't we nicer to ourselves when we're feeling stressed out? These are the questions that I have, and I feel like we'd be better as people if we start to honor ourselves, honor our minds, honor our souls, honor our bodies, and know when we're stressed out or when we need to rest. One thing I've known growing up for the past 25 years is that when your body wants to sit down, your body will sit you down. So it's really important that we love and listen to ourselves and know when enough is enough. I honestly feel like society should loosen up a bit, but I know that's probably not going to happen anytime soon or maybe in my lifetime. But I do feel like a load needs to be taken off because I feel like as a collective, we've really been through a lot. Look at the past 2 years. It's really been a roller coaster and it seems like it's not anytime soon. So it's really important that we listen to ourselves and speak up for ourselves. One thing that I also want to talk about is toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is an obsession with positive thinking. It is the belief that people should put a positive spin on all experiences, even those that are profoundly tragic. So this means toxic positivity can silence negative emotions, demean grief, and just make you feel under pressure to always keep a positive attitude or happy attitude, even though you're literally dying inside. Toxic positivity really makes people sometimes try to go into this delusion, and this will really go into social media, and this is how social media does play into my point of feeling overwhelmed and feeling overstressed. A lot of times on social media, we are told to it's just suppress our emotions or just always put on a brave face and a brave smile. And though that may be true, but I really don't think that people should be lying to themselves or saying yes to things that they really don't want to say yes to just to stay positive or just remain positive in other people's minds. I feel like people should really listen to themselves, and I feel like I've also had to learn that too. And I think that's why I've become such a reserved person, because I find I really do like just my little bubble. I enjoy being in my head. I like my little bubble and I just feel most comfortable. And I know maybe sometimes people will be like, oh, but you need to step out, da 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 da. But if I enjoy my peace, I really wouldn't trade that for the world. I don't know if anyone else can really relate to this, but I usually feel like I'm doing enough and I'm not doing enough. And it's really weird because sometimes I try to feel feel myself out and try to really analyze myself, and it's just like, do I feel overwhelmed because maybe I'm lazy, or do I want to rest because I'm overwhelmed because I do so much? But am I doing enough? See, it's like really just a mental cycle just constantly going on in my head sometimes. And it's like, does anybody else feel the same way? And it's just like, there's just energy of just always having to go, 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 go. And especially like, because I live in New York City, so it's just everybody just constantly moving all the time, and it's just so much chaos and so much going on. And anybody that lives here knows, like, even just 9 o'clock in the morning on the subway is just chaos. So that's a lot to take in when you're just waking up. You still probably have 10 hours to go through the whole day because you work 8 hours. Then it's just like 2 hours more for transportation. Then you have to go home and just decompress. And how many hours do you really have to decompress? You probably only have like 1 to 2, because you either have to cook, you have to shower, you have to get ready for the next morning. If you have kids, you have to get them ready and then get yourself ready for the next morning. And then you have to get them ready tomorrow morning. So it's just a lot. And it's just like, when do people really have the time to decompress? And it's just like, should we really live like this? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me, that somebody just decided like, yeah, we're just all just gonna work ourselves to death until we're 65, and then hopefully have 20 to 30 more years to live out your life and be free, whatever that means. Who's to say if you even live that long with all the like the poisons that's in like the food now and everything? It's too much. It's really just too much that we have to take in at once every single day, 24/7. And it's just like, we're all trapped on this like rock, and we all have to just endure this all the time. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to me. And that's why you always have to listen to yourself, and you have to love yourself, because this world is really chaotic. If you don't love yourself, who's gonna love you for you? Like, you have to love yourself. And if you want love in this life, you have to love yourself too, because you will end up attracting the wrong person. And that's another video for another day. And if you want to know why it's important to love yourself, to find a relationship, before you even think about needing a relationship, you need to love yourself first. Comment down below and I'll make a video for that. I hope what I said touched a few people, and some people can relate. I hope the people that watch this video, what I want you to take from this is just always listen to yourself and know when it's time to sit down. Know when it's time to, just take a breather, just reset, just decompress, just get back to you and understand what you're doing and who you are and why you're doing it, and just make sure you're always happy doing what you do every single day. That is just really what I've kind of went through as well. I feel better moving forward from here. And thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, if you have noticed, I did change my name. Tamia Clasablanca, that is my name. I know I can't go by Diosa anymore, because there's just so many people named Diosa. It was just chaotic. So I don't know, maybe one day I'll name an album Diosa, I don't know. But stay tuned for that. And please follow me at Tamia Clasablanca _ and Twitter, Diosas_golden. Oh no, it's Diosas Golden. And here is Tamia Clasablanca. I hope you guys like the new look, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Mwah.